second keynote speaker for today, Ms. Shreya Mishra, to address the audience. She is currently serving as the CEO for SME and Residential Solar at Solar Square Energy. An alumni of 2012, she aims to make a difference in India's energy sector by promoting energy independence and reliability via distributed generation methods of clean power generation. Ms. Shreya, please.
Thank you so much, Professor Goody, for having me here. Uh, uh, it's, uh, it's a rush of memories being here on this stage. I have organized events on this stage as a Mood Indigo coordinator and then a co-group member. I have acted on this stage. I have compared events on this stage. And I did my first ballroom dance with a boy from my class on this stage, who now happens to be my husband and sitting here in the audience. So, so there is just so much that this campus has given me, and and just a small story. When I was a student, I remember there was one such event, and there was some alumni on the stage, and I had, sitting in the audience, manifested being here talking to the students one day. So it's quite a surreal experience to be speaking to you all. I've been on part of several lists, Forbes 30 under 30, CNBC Entrepreneur. I've been on news, I've been on television interviews. I've done a lot of things that can give somebody a sense of warm pride. But absolutely nothing compares to speaking to students of IIT Bombay. I think it's the most humbling moment. The talent and smartness per square foot that surrounds us in this room right now. I know that there are very few rooms where there is so much talent density. So I request you all to cherish this moment. You will never again be surrounded by so many passionate, talented, intelligent individuals. Take a moment and look around. There is a future Nandan Nilekani, there is a future Jairam Ramesh sitting in this room, and I say this with full confidence. Some of you are laughing, some of you are not. So I can see who is manifesting the future of pursuing excellence. When you come into IIT Bombay, all of us are on cloud 9. How many of you had more than 90% in 10th standard? Raise your hands. And then 12th नहीं पूछूंगी क्योंकि उस समय IIT की तैयारी कर रहे होगे. But we're all such achievers in our own right, and then we come into IIT Bombay. It's the most humbling experience ever, where your parents made you to feel special, all your relatives made you to feel special for cracking IIT, and then you come here and then everybody else is an IITian, and you realize that there is somebody better than you at dance, dramatics, IQ, debating, quizzing, whatever you do, there's somebody better than you. And so that's such a humbling experience. I remember, sir, permission to be a little casual, but I remember in my first year, हमारा एक एग्ज़ाम था, I think physics का कोर्स था, and 5 दिन की छुट्टी थी, पहला सेमेस्टर था. So 5 दिन की छुट्टी थी, so we were 30 girls in a batch of 600, and all of us, everybody was chilling. तो मैंने सोचा यार सब मस्ती कर रहे हैं, मैं भी मस्ती कर लेती हूँ, we are all the same IQ, देख लेंगे एग्ज़ाम. And of all the girls that were chilling, 10-15 बच्चे जो थे, who were chilling before the exam, फिर आखिरी एक दिन पढ़ा, उसमें से 7 की नहली आई और 3-4 की छक्की आई. So that basically tells you that you cannot take the talent density here for granted. There are people who crack exams with such ease, who do anything in life with such ease, and so never again will you be surrounded with such talent density. But as you step out, let me give you the good news. Get ready to feel special again. Get ready to feel special once again, because you will be one of the smartest people in the room once again in your life. And And I can tell you that if life is a marathon, you've been given a beautiful head start. Uh, every time in the next, it's been 13 years, I mean, since I joined this campus, uh, since I graduated from this campus. And every time I tell somebody I'm a IIT Bombay graduate, I see people, their eyebrows raise up. I see people give me a fresh sense of respect. And I feel, I'm 5'1", I feel a few inches taller every time. Every time my father tells somebody my daughter is an IIT Bombay graduate, he swells up a little bit every time. So you have a lifetime ahead of you where you will always be made to feel special. And that is a head start that few of us know we are getting in life. I'll give you a few examples of where that came in handy. As I'm an entrepreneur, I run this company called Solar Square. When I graduated from campus, joined the Boston Consulting Group, and then did private equity for a little bit, and then I started my first company. My first company was a WordPress website. We were running it out of a rented apartment, me and my co-founders, who were my juniors from IIT Bombay. And in the first 2 months, we had Sequoia Capital suddenly chasing us. For those of you who know Sequoia Capital, the world's premier most venture capital fund. And on a WordPress website, they decided to fund us. That is the luxury that you all will live with, and that is also the responsibility that you will all live with. It gives you that platform, but you have to do justice to that platform every single day. When we graduated, Professor D.B. Pathak, who is now retired, he's a Padma Shri professor, used to be the head of computer science department at IIT Bombay. Everybody in the campus would attend Professor D.B. Pathak's talk. If you can go and search it on YouTube, I think it's still there. And I remember a line that Professor Pathak said, that the country has spent so much to educate you. I'll give you a quick, funny anecdote. My daughter's, she's 4 years old. Her nursery was more expensive than my IIT Bombay annual fees. So the country has spent a lot to give us this platform. We are surrounded by the smartest people around us. And so Professor D.B. Pathak's message to the graduating batch used to be that it is your responsibility to be successful. We have the privilege, but we also have the responsibility to be successful. The kind of platforms that we are given every single day. When I was at IIT, anybody here from E-Cell, Entrepreneurship Cell, who all worked in the E-Cell? The E-Cell is not there anymore? Oh yeah, I can see a few hands. So I participated in Eureka, the B-Plan contest of E-Cell back in 2011. We won that contest as the first student team. We got a prize of 5 lakh rupees to build our business. We were, 20-somethings. And that was the seed of entrepreneurship. That was the type of privilege IIT Bombay gives you. This year, my company completed raising $50+ million in a span of less than 4 years. But I still hold so much gratitude for that one time I won Eureka, standing in the LT stage, getting that confidence that we can build something, that matters in this world. So that is the platform and opportunity you will have. I am right now a part of an IIT Bombay founders group. It's a group of IIT Bombay entrepreneurs. Anybody wants to take a guess the total valuation of companies in that WhatsApp group? Anybody wants to take a guess? Dave here alone contributes a lot to that group. The total valuation of companies in that WhatsApp group is north of $15 billion. And that is the prestigious community you are going to be a part of. Today, Solar Square employs more than 1,000 people, several of them from IITs, several from IIT Bombay. But like I said, as you go out, you continue to be made to feel special. You continue to leverage on that network. I run a solar company. We are now the country's #1 residential solar brand. We are operational across India. But we had some issues where we wanted to speak to the people at the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. And I'm scared of government. I worry, I don't like that part of business where you have to go and sit with a government official. I don't know what to expect of them. And so I was very scared, and I visited the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, this beautiful building in Delhi where all the ministries are there. And when I got in, to my surprise, there was a massive room with one chair. The IAS officer was sitting with one chair and a massive flag of India behind him. I can never forget that sight. It reeked of power. It reeked of the importance of the man. And I sat there and I introduced myself as, Sir, I'm Shreya Mishra, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a graduate of IIT Bombay. And the warmth, that person's importance melted away into familiarity. And he said, oh, that's great. I'm a 1970 batch civil engineer. So that is how many doors IIT Bombay is going to open for you all. But please treat this luxury, but also have gratitude for the luxury, but also know the responsibility that you all have. So I will once again repeat Professor D.B. Pathak. It is your responsibility to not fall into mediocrity. It is your responsibility to be successful as an IIT Bombay graduate. And if there is one thing, Professor Kedare was discussing on the table, Gyan mat dena, so I won't give too much Gyan. And I will take it from Sir's speech. I was wondering if I can use a Bollywood anecdote or not. But, taking a cue from Sir, who used a Bollywood reference. I think the one thing that will start to separate us all, right? We are all IITians, we are slotted into Satti Atti Nehli, what jobs we got, what PORs we held, what internships we did. As we go out, there are no set frameworks in which we all proceed ahead in life. And so there is two things that I've seen that separate people who make a mark for themselves from people who tend to fall into mediocrity. I asked here how many of you got 90% in 10th standard. I won't ask yahan pe atti nehli kitne hain. But so of the two things, the first thing is that we all have the curse of overachievers. All of our families, relatives know us as kids who went to IIT Bombay, boss. And so we tend to start drinking our own Kool-Aid. We tend to start taking ourselves too seriously. And that is where I've seen a lot of people getting into a comfort zone and not being comfortable with failing. So the one thing I will tell you is that there are no professionals killed by failure, but there are several killed by the fear of failure. So leave your overachiever cape behind. Be once again ready to prove yourself. Be once again ready to earn your credibility, to falter, to make mistakes, to fail. And I'm telling you, the IIT Bombay, once you jump, have you seen circus where people jump? But if they fall, there's a trapeze net below. The IIT Bombay trapeze net will come to save you. I had a startup when I was 25. I started my first company. It was a company called Flyrope, the one I told you, backed by Sequoia Capital, raised $11 million, 100-member team, millions of app downloads. My company crash landed in 2019, my first company. And of course, I was in abyss, ठीक-ठाक किया IIT में, day one job भी लगी, BCG में भी I was doing very well. I had never seen failure. And my parents had never seen failure. And so the one thing that started to happen was a lot of people started making comments to my parents, to me, अरे startup क्यों ही किया, 4 साल बर्बाद हो गए, this and that. Please do not fall into that trap of, the common saying goes, सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. So be okay with failure. The IIT Bombay Trapeze Net will come to save you. I still remember the day my company went down, Economic Times published an article that said, Flyrope fails to fly. And I was shattered. That was the first time, before that, it was all good news about my company in the news. And that day it said fly rope fails to fly. And it was one of the lowest days of my life, probably. And that day, I got a call from the founder of Udan, which is a unicorn, founder of Urban Company, which is a unicorn, founder of Swiggy, which is a unicorn. And these are all people offering me jobs. So the IIT Bombay Trapeze Net just takes care of you. You have the right to fail. And trust me, nothing will teach you better than failing. Please do not drink your own Kool-Aid. I have seen a lot of people falter because they stopped taking risks. Because they feared failure so much, they just went on whatever path they started. It takes experimentation and failures to find your passion. It will take you a few failures to find what you're good at. So be okay with that. Don't take yourself too seriously. The second thing I'd like to say that starts to differentiate people of same caliber. Here I see people, the same folks who get placed on day one, who get into the best of universities. But 5 years later, their outcomes start to look very, very different. The second big differentiator is strength of character. Strength of character basically means what you do when nobody else is watching. Strength of character is what people say about you when you are not in the room. Today, when we hire in our company, we always, anybody can give a great interview, right? Anybody can make a great CV. We've all been, championed at writing, spearheaded, streamlined, led, whatever the other words I'm forgetting. But we are all champions of writing CVs. But nothing can save you from the trail you leave behind. Nothing can save you from the mark you leave behind in every company, every organization, every college that you work at. And so strength of character is that. It is what people say about you when you are not in the room. I've seen a lot of people start to focus on making money too quickly in their careers rather than focusing on learning. A lot of people start to cut corners. I will get to the outcome, it does not matter how I got to it. And a lot of people just don't know how to deal with other human beings, how to respectfully deal with other human beings at their workplace. So it is your strength of character that will catch up very, very fast, my dear friends. So please do remember this other thing that I'd like to share. No amount of spearheaded and breakthrough and streamlined can come and save you. And strength of character, by the way, also comes from failures. It is what you do when you're down, when you're at your lowest point. Are you gracious in that moment? So remember this. I'd just love to end by saying I wish you all the pursuit of excellence. I wish you all the strength of character. And I wish you all that you find your passions and you do justice to the responsibility that you have. In my convocation, Dr. Manmohan Singh, our ex-Prime Minister, was the chief guest. And he had said that IIT Bombay has given several legendary alumni. We just saw a few of them on the screen. And he ended by saying, but I am assured that the best is yet to come. And today I would just love to say that same thing again, that I am very confident that the best is yet to come and it's sitting here in the room. Thank you.